This is your Auto Safety Consumer Report. Although we all dread it, at some point in our lives, many of us will have to face fixing our cars because of an accident. When that time comes, safety is always the highest priority. But these days, costs also play a role for many consumers. Fortunately, you can have both safety and affordability. It is your choice. You can pay more for car company parts or save money and pay less for quality replacement or aftermarket auto parts that are comparable in fit, finish, performance, safety, and quality. Not only are these parts often constructed in the same factories used to make car company parts, these manufacturers have also received manufacturing accolades from the car companies.
The collision repair parts market is an estimated $16 billion in the U.S., with a wide variety of aftermarket parts available for nearly every car on the road. These parts are less expensive than car company parts. They are built to preserve the crashworthiness of the vehicle and are just as reliable. In most cases, aftermarket parts even come with better warranties than parts from the dealers, and they help to ensure availability of sometimes hard-to-find parts. Aftermarket replacement parts also ensure a healthy level of competition in the repair parts industry, preventing large car companies from controlling a monopoly that would drive up parts prices and insurance premiums.
But car companies are using scare tactics to keep the truth from consumers like you. The aftermarket industry faced its critics head-on and put its parts through rigorous crash tests.
In February 2010, MGA Research, a noted engineering firm, performed the crash tests at an independent government-contracted testing facility using the industry-standard car assessment program. The aftermarket part-equipped vehicles met the exacting federal safety requirements for crashworthiness.
The aftermarket industry has a 60-year history of maintaining the highest standards of quality and safety. In those 60 years, there has never been a single report of an injury or fatality due to usage of an aftermarket replacement part.
Aftermarket collision auto parts meet all of the same regulatory requirements that the car company's replacement parts are required to meet. But the added benefit of aftermarket replacement parts is that they create an estimated total of $1.5 billion of direct and indirect savings for motorists every year. Aftermarket replacement parts have been found to drive down the prices of car manufacturers' parts. Even with those savings, aftermarket replacement parts are still a better bet for consumers, as these parts are typically 20 to 50% below the reduced car company price. The entire auto parts market is a $1.3 trillion worldwide industry. Right now, 2/3 of car companies' parts face competition from aftermarket parts. Current projections anticipate continued growth in demand for aftermarket parts. As you can see then, car companies certainly have an economic incentive to attack the safety of aftermarket replacement parts in order to gain a monopoly.
So what does this mean for you?
A parts monopoly threatens consumers in a number of ways. The Property Casualty Insurers Association of America has found that using only car company parts to rebuild a car can end up costing 3 times as much as the car's original purchase price. The loss of competition would add roughly $3 billion to insurer costs. This means higher insurance premiums for everyone.
Even worse, higher parts prices will mean more cars involved in accidents are declared as total losses by insurance companies, leaving consumers without a vehicle, yet still owing the balance of their car loans.
But these monopolies won't just hurt your bank account. They could also put your safety at risk. Higher part prices mean fewer people will be able to afford repairs. Not only will this lead to faster vehicle depreciation, but also faster deterioration. And in the end, that means roads will be a lot less safe. Don't believe the car company's hype. And don't let them finance a second bailout on the backs of consumers by driving up parts prices and selling more new cars, the inevitable result if they're allowed to destroy the aftermarket industry. Get informed and equip yourself with the facts. Learn more at QualitySafetyChoice.com.